Hey, how are we doing today, guys? I'm Evan Kahn.
And I am Rylan Clarkson,
We'll be your host today, and this is TC Talks.
the podcast where we talk to TC and TC talks back.
How are we doing today?
I am awesome. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited for this.
This is our preview for season 1 of the TC Talks podcast. We're just basically going to do a little overview about what our season 1 is going to look like, what we're going to talk about, who we're going to talk to, and just stuff like that.
Yeah. So what we were thinking for a podcast, a lot of sports get done with everything. The Tiffinian, the yearbook, yada, yada, yada. They get a lot of publicity. The Arts of Columbia, not so much. There's a big stereotype that they're quote-unquote weird and and all like that. And being in band and choir ourselves, that's not totally the case.
Yeah, so what we are planning on doing for season 1 of the podcast is doing interviews with people from the art classes, that be drawing, arts, and possibly a ceramics class, doing interviews with the band directors and band students, choir directors and musical directors, and some possible art alumni who have graduated from the Columbian previously, and talk about how their time with a Columbian art program has helped them in a career that they're pursuing outside of high school.
Say, because with the alumni thing, I think would be a really good idea, because there are a bunch of people that have graduated, that are really good photographers. Two really good friends of mine. One's a really good photographer. She worked for Life Touch, and I have a friend who he actually did arts, like the drawing arts, and did some painting here. And he's a tattoo artist now up in Mansfield, and he's a really good tattoo artist.
Yep, so we're going to get out and interview some people that have gone and made a living with experience from Tiffin Columbian's art programs. And that's pretty much what season 1 is going to really be about, is exposing or doing an expose on the arts programs here and how we have grown them and how they have gone on for post-secondary alumni to go on and use those skills that they've learned here out in the real world.
Yeah.
So
that'll be really cool to show also not only the people behind the art, but the art itself.
Indeed, yes.
Because there's some really good talent here in Columbia, and and then choir, we wanna, instead of getting all this be pure students, we wanna get a teacher's perspective. What drove you to be a choir teacher? What drove you to be a band director?
For sure.
What drives you to keep singing and making music?
Every day, especially for Mr. Meadows, our band director. He's been doing this for 20 years. What has gotten you out of bed every single day to go teach for 20 years straight? What is that passion? What's that drive? What makes you want to make the music?
And then comparative to Mr. Thacker, what drove you to want to become one? Because this is his first year teaching and first year with us here at Columbia.
Yep.
And then Mrs. Bridge has been doing this for how long?
Probably about 13 years.
13
so almost
years,
as long as Mr. Meadows.
Yeah, But that's going to be season 1.
That will be season 1.
Season 2, we'll also put out a trailer for like this, probably.
That'll be more towards the spring, though.
Yeah, that'll be
when the weather gets a little nicer.
Yeah.
Season 2 will be a little more of a different focus than just the arts. But we hope that you enjoy our season 1 of the TC Talks podcast.
I'm excited that this is happening finally. Yep. We had to wait a little bit, but worth the wait.
Sure was.
So awesome. We'll see you in the next episode.
See ya.
And actually the first episode.
First episode, of course.
And we'll get this going.
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys have a good one, and hope you enjoy listening to our amazing voices.